Oops. PVE. Peep. Peep. Sorry, Peeve, I butchered that. Elden Ring will have Dark Souls 1 poise, yes, but it's actually there's a lot more implications than just that. Like, you know how we guys said that combat was Dark Souls 3.5? I think we'll have to concede now that I think we were wrong here. I don't think this is Dark Souls 3.5. There's way too many new systems, way too many changes. This is not Dark Souls 3.5 anymore. Things have changed. New information, we adjust and we revise, and there's just so much going on that no, this is not Dark Souls 3.5 anymore. What do you think of the no R1 not being a combo? Okay, so here's the deal. I don't know if I should wait a little bit before more people come in, but I'm gonna say it now anyway. You're gonna have a lot of opinions out there, like at this time, you know, and even until, you know, the first month of playing the game, and even the first year of the game being out, and you're gonna have opinions from people that are very knowledgeable like myself, who will be wrong on a lot of things. Because here's the thing, like, there's so many new systems right now that it's gonna take a while to uncover everything. And I mean, as a community, not as individuals. Like, as a community, it's gonna take a while to figure everything out, since there's so many new systems. And so, where we were expecting Elden Ring to be like Dark Souls 3.5, where all the bases was, you know, Dark Souls 3 based on, and so like we kind of already have like this exploration's already been done in Dark Souls 3. Like, we've kind of really explored all the possibilities. Whereas in Elden Ring, since there's so many new systems, we're gonna be restarting from scratch, as opposed to what we were thinking, that Dark Souls 2 was going to be giving us a very strong basis to PvP theorize and like figure out like what's meta, what works and what doesn't, what are the counters and stuff like that. So you might have things like, this is how it's looking so far. You're going to have so many new systems. Some might look underpowered, some might look overpowered, but as time goes by, these systems will be we will understand these systems more and more, and we're going to be able to make a more educated opinion about all these new systems. But it's going to take some time. So that is the bottom line I want to give here. There's so many new things that we will have, like, everyone will have their opinion on it, even very knowledgeable players and people that have a very clear vision, clear eye, keen eye, a clean eye. People that have a very keen eye, like some of the more knowledgeable players. Even for these players, it's gonna take a while to unveil everything, because there's so many new stuff. Like, it's okay. So let's take an example here. Let's go into the nitty-gritty. There is Dark Souls 1 poise, but okay, there is Dark Souls 1 poise, yes. First of all, we don't know how exactly, you know, how similar it is to Dark Souls 1. Like, can you poison Ultra? In Dark Souls 1, you actually can, like, poise, like, a lot of the big weapons, right? Like, can you even poison Ultra? We don't know in Elden Ring, so that alone, it means a lot. Like, just being what are you able to poise is going to have a massive effect on the game. Like, not being able to poise big weapons could have a major impact on the balance of everything. The way that Dark Souls 1 had instant backstab really made the passive poise broken. Now it is not the case. Dark Souls 3 backstab are still present despite the passive poise. So from what we're seeing from the few bits of information we got so far, from the PvP footage from the likes of Peeve, Oro, and Iron Pineapple, from these sources, it looks like backstab is going to be much harder than, you know, your typical just Dark Souls 1 poise through an attack and go for a BS type of deal. It looks like we're evolving from that. We're not necessarily regressing. So, you know, I would be the first to say that oh shit, like we're going back to Dark Souls 1 poise, like really? But I think it's definitely going to be wiser here to take a step back and realize that because there's so many new systems implemented, having Dark Souls 1 poise does not mean the same thing as a Dark Souls 1 combat. It really translates completely differently here. So we're definitely going to have to wait and see for this. Elden Ring vitality scales with strength. So decks have a lot of... So decks won't have a lot of poise. Yeah, there's some very interesting little details like that that might change things a lot. I mean, there's so much to talk about. Like, there's so much stuff. Like, I actually had a headache today because I was trying to go through all of this like as fast as I could to actually get a stream like this like tonight, where I knew what I was talking about, because obviously I did not get access to all this stuff like the other streamers, right? So I have to educate myself just like you guys by watching everyone that got their hands on the game and try to get the best impression I could. And yeah, I mean, shit, so far it's looking good. It's actually looking pretty good, but something that Oro mentioned just earlier is how he thinks that jumping is actually overpowered in Elden Ring. You actually have iframes while jumping, and I'll definitely be taking a closer look at this. Yeah, there's no ultras in the network test. I'll be taking a closer look at the jumping since Oro seems to be thinking that this will be an issue. The iframes for jumping, so Super Mario Souls. We'll have to see how, you know, how that translates, because even then, like, I was actually quite surprised by how deep, like, Oro, Peeve, like, Iron Pineapple, all these streamers actually got into the PvP stuff. Like, they actually managed to unveil a shitload of things. Like, honestly, like, I was so pleasantly surprised. Like, they really, like, did us a huge favor. Like, I think everyone should be thankful to have these guys in the community, because they actually did a pretty great job. So yeah, thanks to them, we have a ton of information to unveil. Maybe even a bit too much. Like, it all happened so damn quickly. Like, holy shit. Or said there is no Estus cancels. Yeah. So again, going back to Oro, because I've been watching his stream since for a little bit now, and something he said that despite they were, first of all, very important, they said they were not allowed to talk about some of the bugs and glitches that they encountered, okay? And they didn't exactly specify to what extent, like what they discovered, what you know, because they're not allowed to talk about it. But reading between the lines, I had the impression that they might have found like some actually broken stuff that might compromise PvP. But before everyone panics, this is to be expected, okay? Like, there's way too many new systems. Like, it's guaranteed to be broken. It's almost a given, and this is the natural sacrifice we have to go through in order to move forward and to have a game that's better than Dark Souls 3. So this was our goal, right? In previous vids, you guys know that my goal was to have a game where the PvP system was more versatile in terms of what you could use that could be viable. And I mean, to make the game better, you have to introduce new systems. You can go the conservative route, which we thought like that's what was going on, but it's actually not. There's just so many new systems that they did not go the conservative route. They actually went the the ambitious route, where they integrated a bunch of different new systems. And so those systems, we have to go through them to make the game better. But by the process of implementing so many new systems, we're almost guaranteed to have balances issues. But that's where, like, all the patching, all the feedback comes in. And we're gonna have to be extremely careful about this, because for those of you who remember, in Dark Souls 3, beginning of Dark Souls 3, we saw a nerf to a lot of, like, really broken weapons. For instance, Karthus Curve Sword. Obviously, for those of you who played it, very obvious nerf that needed to be done. But little reminder, we also saw a nerf to stuff like a Gargoyle Flame Spear, whereas as of today in Dark Souls 3, spears are nowhere near broken. Like, spears are nowhere near like top weapons. And so looking back at this, maybe we were a bit too quick to judge the Gargoyle Flame Spear in Dark Souls 3. And so we don't want this to happen with Elden Ring. We want to make an educated opinion, but we don't want to jump to conclusion when it comes to specifics. Like when it comes to specific weapons, specific strategies being broken, we want to extensively look at them. And that's going to be very hard to do that because it takes time to develop and to realize the kind of relationship each system has with one another and how to counter one and how to take advantage of another one.